because I know at 12 we have something else going on.
Yes, you're right. Okay, we should be recording.
So, ladies, thank you for coming on and encouraging me. I know you probably see my posts and talk with you about Juice Plus and everything. So this is kind of so you can kind of understand what the heck I'm even doing and learn a little bit more about my journey and how um, my health has been, I guess, the last couple years. So I guess I'll start when I was in college and then I got pregnant soon after college. And I ate horrible, horrible, basically all fast food. I'd pass by McDonald's and the baby wanted an extra large fries, not me. I didn't grow up. My mom always cooked. My grandparents always cooked. We didn't really do fast food. I didn't really understand even how to order or go through a drive-through until I had this baby and I was hungry. I didn't know how to feed myself. I was just out of college learning, life and cooking and all of that. So I didn't eat well. I ended up when I was pregnant having to go to a heart specialist because I had gained so much weight and I wasn't eating right that I couldn't walk anywhere. I was having heart palpitations. Anyway, nothing was wrong with me. I was just eating bad, but you don't know what you don't know. And I didn't have anybody in health. And nowadays everything's in social media. You can get recipes and Pinterest and all that. And that just wasn't invented. So um fast forward to having my second baby 15 years ago. Romelio's almost 15. Um, I said, all right, I need energy. I need to get healthy. These kids need to be healthy. I haven't been doing things right. And at the same time, the universe connected me, and my friend from high school invited me to a wellness presentation. So I learned about reading labels. I learned about nutrition and I also learned about Juice Plus. So right away, I was like, oh, that's so easy, fruits and vegetables. But I was a little bit, I don't know, um, I guess on my high horse or whatever. And I said, oh, all these fruits and vegetables, I'm going to go and buy them and put them in my fridge and cook them. I don't need Juice Plus. That's fine. So I did that. I couldn't find half of them. I didn't know what half of them were. And whatever I did buy spoiled because I was too busy taking care of the two babies. I didn't have time to cook and prep and meal prep. What was that 15 years ago? I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that. So what really resonated with me and Juice Plus was the research once I got on board. So the research is amazing. We'll talk about it more, but caffeine. Everyone's like, I need my coffee. There's sugar in coffee. There's caffeine. I can't have caffeine. But that wasn't really the solution for me. So then it brought me back around to the importance of having Juice Plus in my life. It bridges the gap, and then that was, I guess, the start of my health journey. I've since changed like syrup and my oils and from peanut butter to almond butter more and using agave and doing like ginger shots and just changing other things in my health. And then I have such amazing friends and your vibe attracts your tribe. So I have other healthy friends that share things with me and we share each other. And then with this community of Juice Plus, there's always free health lectures from doctors. Over the years I've just learned so much, and that's really the thing is I love to help people and share about my health journey and nutrition, and it's just about educating people. So um, now fast forward to March 2020, I opened my own studio for massage and skincare. I finally did it. I grew up and then the world ended. Got my shit together and the world ended. But it's okay. It was really good because I had the time now to reconnect with Karen and Sharon and all my Juice Plus community friends. And I got to learn more about the research that had come out and the omegas. So the thing about the omegas, I was having which we'll learn more about. But I was having a lot of breast pain. I couldn't even put a shirt on or a bra. It really, really hurt. I was very tender. And I went to a doctor. The doctor said, take omega. So I was like, great. Juice Plus has a plant-based omega. I don't want to do fishy burps. So started taking the omega and my breast pain went away. Basically, I didn't really change anything else that I was doing, maybe drinking more water. um let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, and I did have a bout of diverticulitis. So with diverticulitis, you can't eat anything raw. You can't have seeds, nuts, and that's basically what I was eating. I was eating raw fruits and vegetables. I was eating nuts because that's a good source of, it's a good snack. All these bars that you buy, even the ones with high fructose corn syrup and the ones not so good for you, they're all with nuts. And that was upsetting my stomach. So I was very frustrated. I was grinding everything, smoothie everything. And that's not always the funnest way to eat and enjoy food. Um, but I was very glad I had Juice Plus because I was getting nutrition from all these fruits and vegetables that I was missing out on. So I was bridging all my gaps there, by not being able to have this stuff because it was upsetting my stomach. So research that I love came out on skincare and how it affects your skin. Better microcirculation, um, hydration, all things that are skincare products. Michelle, you know, because you're an esthetician and someone else who's going to watch the recording will see this also. All things that we're doing in the treatment room with trying to help our skin, our youth. We want that microcirculation. Like if I do a peel or a microderm, that's what's happening. We want to create that collagen, and Juice Plus research shows that that's what that does. It helps our skin and that microcirculation. Um, so this community is great. I love sharing and learning so much about health and nutrition. So I was really excited to be able to really share with my friends and my close family what the heck I'm even doing. Like everyone's like, what is she posting? What is this? Is it a pill? Is it a vitamin? What is happening here? So I'm going to turn it over to Sharon because she's going to go more in detail about what Juice Plus is.
Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us. And thanks, whoever's listening on the recording. To know Charisse is to love Charisse, right? So I'm so glad you guys are here and we get to meet some of Charisse's friends. Isn't that fun, Karen? Wow. I love your story. And I love hearing, I mean, every time there's like different things that you didn't include before. So I had no idea about the pregnancy story. Wow. I mean, that's visual. For me, I was doing the fast food. I was run down. I had M&Ms and Coke all the time. I had no idea about nutrition. So I'm going to share with you some of my story, but also just what I've learned for the past 21 years. And so it's truly given me the vitality I needed back in my 20s and 30s. And like I said earlier, I was able to have a baby at age 40 and feel healthier than ever because I had made a lot of simple changes thanks to this community. And so I'm going to share some of those, you know. Let's see if I could do it. Here we go. Okay, play from the start. So my first revelation about fruits and vegetables was when my friend told me about Juice Plus. But then I started to learn about the power of fruits and vegetables and started to see these articles because she would send them to me. And I was so surprised by the American Cancer Society poster that it was all fruits and vegetables. It used to be that they would say, you know, don't smoke, watch for moles, things like that, you know. But then they switched to more prevention where it's like, hey, this is how you can reduce cancer risk. And I know I never thought I was going to get cancer. Probably nobody ever does. But 1 in 3, I think, is the statistic. So we all have to be careful and do whatever we can to just deter our possibilities. Hold on. My husband's a little loud. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. him and his mother. Okay, so I mean, it's amazing that our body is a machine that if you give it the right materials, it knows what to do. So I was totally run down and everything, but once I started to consume a variety of fruits and vegetables, it became like a well-functioning machine. No longer having allergies, no longer having a Kleenex in my hand all the time. And I was able to drive 3 hours to my mom's house and not have to stop off the side of the road to sleep, which is what I usually would do. And then she would ask, do you need a nap? And then before I left, do I need a nap? So I was actually called medical girl, but I'm no longer medical girl. So a lot of times people are trying to bridge the gap with whole food nutrition by taking a vitamin. Well, this is where I like to teach about this. In an apple, there's 10,000 nutrients, but in a multivitamin, there's only 30. If you look up how many actual vitamins have ever been discovered and replicated, it's 13. But once they add the minerals, it's 30. So when you compare a multivitamin to an apple, there's no comparison. It barely scratches the surface. This is just one page of 25 of how many different nutrients are in an apple, and some of them have not been named or identified, but they're there and they work in synergy. So, like a vitamin C in an apple isn't 1500 milligrams because it has all the synergy of all the little elements working together to make it work. So, our body, when we take in whole food nutrition, it knows what to do with it. It's not peeing it out, it's not too much. The Annals of Internal Medicine says enough is enough. No more research is needed on vitamins. They don't actually prevent disease. And you can read that on the internet if you want to. So, we don't have a vitamin deficiency, we have a whole food deficiency, believe it or not, because we're not eating kale, beets, broccoli, spinach, cranberry, things like that every day. And for you skin people, you probably love this picture of what can happen if you've had what I call a hard life. Okay, so if you've had a hard life and it shows on you, that means you've had too much oxidative stress. You've had too much happening on the cellular level to hurt all your cells. And that's called oxidative stress. And there's a lot of other names. There's mutagenic oxidants hitting on your good cells, 10,000 hits a day, or free radicals. You might have heard of that. So we have a certain amount of oxidative stress. We have to have the same amount of antioxidants every single day to not have that effect, to not have those oxidants hitting on your good cells, creating little tiny damage over time that adds up because we want to live a long life, right? So those oxidants hit on you every day. So Dr. Bruce Ames, who is a Nobel Peace Prize winner, he says every day you don't have enough fruits and vegetables, it's like standing in front of an X-ray machine. So we would never sign up for that, right? So this is all the stuff I learned 21 years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, how do I not know this? I have 2 master's degrees, but not anywhere near in nutrition, which is very real world information. So I was really happy to find out more about fruits and vegetables. And Time magazine says the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. Sometimes you see people who are diagnosed and now they finally have the impetus to change their diet, so they start juicing. But with juicing, there's a lot of sugar and there's not the variety. So Juice Plus was invented 25 years ago to bridge that gap where you can have a whole variety with all the different colors of the fruits, the veggies, and the berries, all the blues, the purples, the greens, the reds that you need because they all do different things. Red helps protect from sun damage, and it has prostate cancer. It helps with prostate cancer, reduction of that. Greens are good for iron and calcium. Blues are good for the brain, good for circulation. So you want to have all those different colors. And Juice Plus was made for that. And so I'm so thankful. My friend told me about this. It was at my baby's dedication, my first baby. And she barely mentioned it, but then I found out more and more later. And the more I find out, even now, it's amazing. It's amazing. So I'm so thankful. I've been taking this. My family's been taking this for that many years. And what you do is you take 2 fruit, 2 veggie, 2 berry every day, and you've had a bunch of produce that has been pulverized and taken the salt, the sugar, and the water out and put into concentrated powders. And so a lot of people are like, how in the world do they do that? And some terrible examples, or one terrible example is that after we die, we can fit in an urn. Okay. A lot of the fruits and vegetables are full of water, and so are we apparently. So, anyway, there is a proprietary process where they're able to do it with flash freezing, and they don't kill the enzymes with high temperatures, things like that. So, it's really amazing. And the great thing about Juice Plus is these three things. This is what really separates them from anything else out on the market. It's a food, so it has a food label. It's not a multivitamin. It's they've done all the check boxes. It's been gluten free since I started, which was a long time ago, before it was popular. Vegan, kosher, all these different things, non-GMO. So that's the first thing. It's a food. Number two, it has a safety label. If you went to another place to buy something, you have no guarantee. And with food and supplements, the FDA doesn't approve or disapprove of those. They only do that with medicines. So you want to have your own safety label to make sure, because like Oprah pulled a bunch of things off the shelf, a while ago, and they do it pretty often with consumer labs, and they find that there's too much lead or folate, different things, or too little, and you think you're getting something. So NSF certification is a third party not for profit agency that comes in and checks on the Juice Plus company and the products to make sure that what's on the label is in the product and vice versa. And so they are a not for profit agency doing that. And so we are able to have Olympic teams on Juice Plus. And they're very careful because they want to make sure there's no banned substances. And so we have certification for that as well. And so the third, and I don't know if it's the most important, I think all three of those are really important, but most important to me at the time was that there was actual research behind Juice Plus. And at that time, there was only 3 studies. Now there's 40, believe it or not. So I've kind of lived through all the studies. And so I love it. And we're going to get to that in just a minute. So you may have noticed in this picture that it's not just the fruits, veggies, and berries. They just came out with an omega, which is another capsule. So it's easy. You take 8 actual capsules. And then we're going to talk about the shake a little bit also. But these are ancillary products that we all use pretty much also. And Charisse had really good testimony about the omega. And so it's a plant-based omega where they go down to the algae, they bypass the fish, and that's what actually makes the fish healthy. You know how people are like, oh, you should eat fish, you should eat fish, this is this is better than eating fish in my opinion, because I'm a vegetarian and I don't like fish. But it was always very difficult for me. And so this gives you the full spectrum of omegas, and it's plant-based and it's cold pressed. A lot of the omegas, they actually heat the oil, which is not good for the oil, and it's vegan. Okay. And it's great for all parts of your body. What I love also is the complete shake. I use it every day. I used it this morning. It's a way to get more plants into your diet. The more plants, the better. There should be like a sticker saying those who eat more plants win. It says those who have the most toys win. I think the most plants win because it really does fuel your body, and it's what you need. You need fiber too, and this is a way to get more fiber, and it really keeps your glycemic index very stable, so you're not having those spikes. So even if I'm having kind of a bad food, which is better now than it was in the past, I add the complete because it really stabilizes and makes any of our foods healthier. So we have it as a shake. We have it as little snacks, as far as like complete balls or whatever. And now I've been making some chocolate bark with peanut butter and coconut oil and pecans. It's so good. So anyway, you can use it for anything, and it's so good for the whole family. So back to the research on Juice Plus. Here are the different institutions that have done studies on Juice Plus. Now, if you went down to Whole Foods, you're not going to find this, okay? If you walk away like I did with a prescription from your doctor, your OBGYN saying, okay, what about these prenatals? Any research? No. So that's one of the biggest differences, is that Juice Plus has been tested. And so you don't have to take my word for it. You can read the journals, and when you have a whole body of research that's consistent with the research on fruits and vegetables, you know that it's the real thing. So they've called themselves the next best thing to fruits and vegetables. And these studies are double blind, placebo controlled crossover studies, which are gold standard. And they've used Juice Plus on pregnant women, ovarian cancer patients, stage 4, children. So you know it's safe on those fragile populations. It's safe for everyone. And here are just, here's a summary of the research, and up at the top are some of the periodicals that you might recognize. I know you guys are probably into health. I know one of you is going to become a nutrition coach, and one of you is massage and everything else, everything else wellness. So it's important, you know, that we have peer-reviewed medical journals to go with it. And you can see there's the skin one over here. There's the gum one right here. There's Journal of Pediatrics right here, which doctors really love. And so I'm going to go from the bottom here. Juice Plus is absorbed in the body within 7 days. The antioxidant levels go up, which is what you want to see happen. But you want to see that oxidative stress go down. And that happens within 28 days on Juice Plus. So it's pretty amazing. The DNA is less damaged because now you don't have those free radicals hitting on your good cells. So they've found anywhere between 20 something to 66% less DNA strand breakage. And that's by objective measures looking at the strands. And then I loved, because I used to work at a clinic where it was like, oh my gosh, their T cells went down in an AIDS clinic. And I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. But once I started to learn all this with Juice Plus, it was like, oh my gosh, T cells. I know what that is now. T cells go up within 80 days. Natural killer cells go up within 80 days. So don't we want those things happening? So I like to say it's not like buying a vitamin or a supplement, it's buying a better body. I truly believe I have a better body because I've been taking this in, because your body makes new cells, tissues, muscles over time, you know? And so you can also see there's studies on the skin, the gums, better pulmonary function. Who doesn't want that? And they even use smokers for that. And just all these different things. Inflammation is down, and I'm sure Karen will throw in anything she wants to mention. So let's see what else I have here. I think the family health study is a population study where children can get Juice Plus for free, ages 4 through undergraduate and college. So any adult can sponsor a child that they kind of look after, you know, whether it's their own child or their niece or nephew. And they find that they're having the same results that we have, which we start craving more fruits and vegetables, less doctor visits. Our colds don't turn into hacking coughs and antibiotics. It's like it goes in and goes back out. So they're missing less days of school. The parents are missing less work, stuff like that. So it really has been great. My pediatrician recommends it to her patients as well in Coral Springs. The other product that we have, which we incorporated because we're talking so much about fruits and vegetables, like some people say, oh, you know, Sharon, so I don't need to eat fruits and vegetables. I'll just take these capsules or drink the shake. I'm like, no, we still need to eat as many as we can because you can't, you know, ever eat enough, but it's really going to make a dent. Here's another way to have your own that's not genetically modified. It is vine ripened, and a way to grow your own in your backyard or in your apartment. And so it's really easy, you know, and it's not left in the refrigerator rotting, which is gross. And so it's a vertical aeroponic and hydroponic system of growing, and you can grow 20 to 28 plants, and it grows faster, and it uses recycled water and nutrients. So you can always ask Charisse about that. This is really just a call so that you guys know how you can support Charisse, so you know what she's up to. And what I love, this is my husband, is that he's like my guinea pig, you know. Over time it was really difficult to get him on the health track, but don't we all have those people in our lives? And now he's considered Farmer Doug with his 4-tower garden. So if we can work on his health, which I used to cry and pray about, and now he actually shares Juice Plus in the tower garden, it can really make a change in anybody in your family too, including your moms or your dads, anybody like that. So our mission with the company is to inspire healthy living around the world. That's why you'll see Charisse doing that. I mean, she's already naturally doing that. And a lot of people are naturally doing that, but they're not getting paid for it. And so our company has been around for over 50 years. So you can be happy that she's aligned with a stable and lasting company. and over $16 billion in sales now and over 24 countries. So we are part of the wellness industry that continues to grow. And we share as we live life, we share on social media, we share education, like Charisse said, and our paychecks are a reflection of the number of people that we're helping. And it's a brand name product. Our Juice Plus product is the number one selling nutritional product in a capsule in the world and the number one research. So, and we have a tried and proven system. And mostly our system is just sharing our excitement, giving some kind of education or inviting to an event, and then following up. And so it's been great for us. For me, it's allowed me to be at home with my kids and bring in a significant income, and now bring my husband home too and doing the same thing. And so, and it allowed me to have that baby at age 40 where if I would have gone back to work, I probably wouldn't have even thought about it. So anyway, it's been a total blessing to us, and we just invite you to be part of Charise's support system. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Karen, who actually invited her into Juice Plus.
Hey guys, I always get a little embarrassed being the last one to talk because I didn't get it, right? I didn't get the importance of fruits and vegetables. I didn't really understand the research. My mom was a nurse, and I'm sure she would have understood the research. But when I was a kid, I was actually adopted, and my birth mother had allergies and asthma, and I ended up getting all that. And of course, when I go to the doctor, I had the best treatment possible, but nobody thought about prevention. Nobody thought to take the Pop-Tart out of my hand and take the Coke out of my hand and have me eat some more fruits and vegetables. What happened was I got allergy shots twice a week. I was on prescription medicine. My mom had a whole cabinet full of medicine. If we had a stomach ache, we took Pepto-Bismol instead of eating right. So that's how I grew up. And especially when the doctor told me, your allergies and your asthma are genetic. There's nothing we can really do about it. This is it. Then you get kind of defeated. I think a lot of people kind of feel defeated if they have some sort of health issues and they, feel like there's nothing that they can do. Well, fast forward to when I got pregnant and I had my son at 36 years old. So I was 35 when I started taking it. My friend told me about Juice Plus, and she's like, it's just fruits and vegetables. So I took it to my OBGYN, and I'm like, do you think I need this? And he's like, he was very obese. I'm not sure if he understood the importance of fruits and vegetables, but he was just like, oh yeah, I've heard about that. It's just fruits and vegetables. You're fine. You could probably take that during the pregnancy and get off of it. And so that was my plan. But I had such great health benefits throughout the pregnancy. And by the end of the pregnancy, that in May, it's 17 years now. I never expected that I was going to be on Juice Plus, nor sharing it for that long. So I love what it's done for my health because I'm healthier at 52 than I was in my 20s. My family is healthier. I love that my kids are so much healthier. It was such a mom win for me because being told that allergies and asthma were genetic, my first thought when I got pregnant was, oh my gosh, my kids are going to have the same childhood I did. I was allergic to grass. So if I went and played in grass, I had asthma and I was itchy. I mean, it was just really, really tough. And that was all through early adulthood. So I'm so glad that they don't. Right now, they don't have any allergies. They don't have asthma. My son's only been on antibiotics once when he got bit by a dog, and my daughter once for surgery. So, not that we don't get sick with a little bit of cold or, something here and there, but we don't end up at the doctor with it. And it's just, I love having that, especially with my son being 16 now. He works at a grocery store where he has access to all kinds of junk food, and now he drives himself. So he comes home. I was telling the story last night at the salad in a jar party. That's why I love this community. We had a salad in a jar party. He came home and he's just like, oh, on Fridays, which every day is junk day for him. I don't know what he was thinking. He's like, okay, every Friday is going to be junk day for me. He literally came home, and I'm hoping somebody else can relate to this besides me, but I never ate the whole thing. He came home with the whole row of raw cookie dough, right, that you slice and bake, and he just opened it and started eating it. And I'm like, dude, how many servings is that? Can you, I know it's junk day, but let's relax a little bit. So there is definitely, while I'm having little mini strokes with how he's eating right now, at least I know he's getting the Juice Plus, and that's helping. And I know that I've also, planted in him how, you know, he feels when he eats right and stuff. So hopefully after, you know, he grows up a little bit after college, he'll come back to eating healthy. But I love what Juice Plus has done for us. And I love as far as the business as well, because it's given me the freedom to be homeroom mom for my kids, you know, my kids' classes, being able to, you know, volunteer in their classes. But it also, both my parents unfortunately are deceased. And what it gave me was time with them. I had time freedom. If I was working in corporate America, I would not have had that. You know, I maybe could have spent a little bit of time with them. So I just love it. And I love that you guys are on. I love meeting Sherese's, you know, friends. You guys are so much fun. Anybody have any questions? Crickets, crickets.
Or you could just encourage Sherese on her journey, because I think you have some goals, Sherese, for doing this.
Well, to be healthy, help other people, because that's what I like to do, with massage and skincare. But my body probably won't be able to do massage and skincare forever, and I'll need to do something else. But I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment now with my kids, and I've come a long way. I'm very humble in the place I am, but I would like to provide them a 3-bedroom. So you know, massage and skincare is my plan A. And so this is now my plan B, which I think of a lot of us moms or single moms, or I guess men too. I don't really talk to men about this, but you know, want something else, either want a side job or a side income, or just to be able to provide or contribute even to the family income. So both my kids will be needing to get cars soon. So just working on that.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, extra income is good always.
I did want to ask, would the omegas also be good for someone who's allergic to fish?
Well, it does bypass the allergic response. So you could, if they're not anaphylactic, you know,
Right.
then you could try it.
Yeah. I was
So,
considering that
I
myself.
mean, yeah, there's no fish in it, right? So they
right.
shouldn't. Yeah,
But
and the
everybody
omegas for you guys for the skincare part, we were talking about this last night, and I'm getting an order from one of my neighbors who was saying, "Oh my gosh, your skin looks so good. Your skin looks so good." And while I eat all my Juice Plus, I also because I'm a little cheap, I'm not gonna lie, I don't buy a lot of those expensive facial things. But somebody mentioned months ago using the omega. So I actually put a couple of times a week, not every day. I actually put the omega and smeared all over my face. And I think that has just helped as well as eating it, which has been amazing.
Yeah, it gives you a really nice hydration and a nice glow as well. Well, thank you everybody for your time. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Sharon, for being here with me too. So you may have thought of somebody during this time that may need a jump start with health, or this just sparked your interest and you want it for yourself. But I'm always here. You know how to get in touch with me. And if you're ever in conversation, you can always be like, oh, you need to talk to Rese or something. So thank you. I wanted to like try to keep it to 30 minutes, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can also ask Rese afterwards. She's so knowledgeable with all of this. So we loved having you guys on. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Bye. Nice to meet you.